And good afternoon and welcome to TMJ4 News at 3:30 on this Juneteenth. I'm Carol Meekins, broadcasting from home. Hi, Charles.
Good to see you, Carol. Good afternoon. And I'm Charles Benson in the studio today. A major part of today's show will be focused on the Juneteenth celebration. On this day in 1865, slaves in Galveston, Texas learned they were free 2 years after President Lincoln signed the Emancipation Proclamation. Milwaukee is in its 49th year of celebrating this day, Carol.
And yes, we pay tribute today, Charles, to Juneteenth Day. Though the parade was canceled this year, we are still sharing highlights of what was planned before the COVID-19 pandemic. We began with a Milwaukee legend who played a pivotal role in Milwaukee's Juneteenth celebrations.
Sponsors and officials are already planning Juneteenth Day 1975 in an effort to make next year bigger and better.
Bill Taylor, a mainstay at TMJ4 for almost 3 decades. He was instrumental in getting the Juneteenth parade marching in Milwaukee.
And many black people in the city feel that it's more meaningful to them than the 4th of July. Bill Taylor, News 4.
Bill Taylor tells me he was excited to be part of this year's Juneteenth parade. He was going to be the Grand Marshal. Bill Taylor now lives in Augusta, Georgia, but planned to return to the big event. It's canceled now because of the COVID-19 pandemic. The award-winning anchor reporter retired in June of 2001.
All of them are doing something that is positively Milwaukee. He did this to bring home the message to kids: go the distance, stay in school, and away from drugs and gangs and violence.
Taylor came up with the idea of Positively Milwaukee. He received the Founders Award at our first ever Positively Milwaukee Awards dinner.
This means a lot to me. Thank you, Carol. Thank you, today's TMJ4 and Scripps Corporation. I'm so pleased to be here and receive this award. It makes me flash back to my time at today's TMJ4 for 29 years covering Wisconsin news wherever it occurred.
In 2012, Bill Taylor was inducted into the Silver Circle for his years of service by the Regional Emmy Association.
It's a top honor, and it makes me so reflective on so many things, too numerous to mention right here.
Taylor was also inducted into the Milwaukee Press Club Hall of Fame in 2001.
It's not a bad assignment for someone from the Ida B. Wells projects of Chicago, from which I'm proud to say that I am. And we couldn't have done it without some great support from today's TMJ4.
Bill Taylor traveled the world, bringing Milwaukee stories that touch the soul. He says blacks need to reflect on African heritage and never forget the strength of ancestors who survived the trauma of violence and servitude. His reporting at TMJ4 included trips to Africa.
I and many of my colleagues traveled to Israel, Ireland, Ghana, Kenya, Somalia, and Germany to get news that affected the greater Milwaukee area.
Bill Taylor hopes that when this pandemic is over, we can once again enjoy cherished summer traditions like Juneteenth Day. And Bill will be able to come back to Milwaukee to celebrate an important day in U.S. history.
The board that runs this holiday next year might be under a different structure, but for the 8th annual Juneteenth Day, yes, as always, something for everybody, young and old. Today's theme is Save the Children, and everybody's motivated and relaxed and inspired to do so. Bill Taylor, News 4.
And we're going to keep our fingers crossed that Bill will be able to come back next year. Now, he tells me he moved to Augusta to be in between 2 sets of grandkids. And right now, Bill is a young and healthy 75 years old.
That's just hard to believe.
We miss him.
20 years he's been gone from here, almost 20 years, but it's always great to see Bill Taylor. Thanks for sharing that, Carol.